Good morning. I currently have the two cutest, goodest boys over in the corner watching me film this. Hi. Oh, I love you. I've just come around the corner to say hi and introduce, I was about to say the vlog. This is not a vlog. All I've been filming is vlogs. I haven't sat down and filmed a video in a good while. So I thought today we could do a little catch up, do a little Q&A. It is so chilly outside today. Oh my God, guys, it's Wednesday. Why do I always go and get random food on Wednesday? I promise I'm not doing it on purpose. It just keeps happening. But we're gonna go get ourselves some breakfast and answer some questions. I asked you guys on Instagram if you have any questions for me, and I'm gonna answer them today while we have some brekkie. I've got a bit of an errand day today, and I've realized I've done something silly because I put my hair up like this, which I'm not sure about, but I need to go and renew my license. So obviously I'm not gonna go and get my new pick like this. So I'm gonna have to go home anyway, but that's all right. I also realized that I lost my license because I checked for my old one because I'm going to get a new one. And it's not in my purse. And the last time I had it was on my birthday. So not sure where that went. Do you need your old license to get a new one? I've got my passport, so I do need to figure that out. But yeah, a bit of an errand day today. I actually have therapy later as well, which we will probably chat about a little bit more in this video. But I'm craving myself a ham and cheese croissant. So I'm gonna get a croissant. So we're gonna go to Zaraffa's, which isn't too far away. Hopefully there's a place to park. I always have trouble filming in my car, but I'm determined because I just feel like, one, eating in your car, there's just something about it. It's so nice to just be in your little vessel and enjoy a meal. But I always have complications when I'm filming. Either the camera overheats, which won't happen today, which is good, or it dies. But we're on 76%, so we should be good. I really wanna film this in the car. So let's go to Zaraffa's. If there is one thing that I am good at in life, it is getting straight out of bed in the morning. I set one alarm and I get up. But it is getting harder and harder and harder the colder it gets and the darker it gets. I wake up at 5, so it's literally pitch black until like 6:30. So it's basically the middle of the night, really. And it's so cold and hard to get out of bed. Winter is wintering, and it starts tomorrow. It's the 31st of May today as I'm filming this, so tomorrow's the first day of winter, and I feel like we're just in it. I'm in my puffer jacket, I'm in my long sleeves, I'm having to layer up at night. The heater's going on every day. Theo's got his puffer jackets on. It's here. It's gonna be a long winter, I feel. I feel like it hasn't been this cold in a while, unless we're just not used to it. I don't know, I feel like every winter we're like, oh my God, it's so cold. But it just really is. In saying that, I've got myself a nice chilled Coke No Shugs. This is a no caffeine one because I want to get a coffee later, I think. So I'm going to save that until later whilst I'm running my errands, because you know when you're running errands you feel like you just need a little bit of dopamine. So I'm going to get a coffee for that. So I'm going to have this while I have my brekkie, which it is, it's 8:30 in the morning. Oh my God. Oh well. Okay. I have the goods. Now my next mission is finding somewhere to park where I cannot be watched. And that car park did not work because there's 2 drive-thrus on either side. There's a GYG drive-thru. I really do want to try more of their breakfast options because I feel like they have a lot. Can I get in here? No, okay. Okay, I think I finally found decent lighting. It is really hard to find good lighting in the morning. So I've driven down the road to Macca's, but I've got my Zaraffa's. I'm so excited. Let's crack open my can of Coke first. It's 9 AM now, surely. Surely that's acceptable. This looks so good. It smells amazing. Yummy. Oh, I need to get a thumbnail. Hold on. Okay, thumbnail's done. Let's dive in. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, she's very flaky. That's what the inside looks like. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, let's dive in. Oh. I really need to fix this mount to my car because it's so low. I love croissants. This is so good. So nice and buttery. Look at that. Honestly, I haven't had a ham and cheese croissant in a while. Whenever I get a croissant, it's either an almond croissant or like a chocolatey one. I never really get a savory one, but this is so good. Let's answer the first question. And that is, have you ever promoted things online just for the money? In all honesty, know if this sounds bad, but I'll promote things that I wouldn't have gone out and bought on my own, but then I'll receive them, use them, love them, and promote them, if that makes sense. Does that sound bad? It's kind of like getting a Christmas present that you didn't ask for, but you didn't know you needed, and then you really enjoy it. I don't know if that makes sense. But that's just me being honest. I'll get offered, you know, brand deals that I wouldn't go out and thought I needed, and I'll accept it because I'm like, oh yeah, you know, it's money, it is my job. And then I really enjoy it and I promote it. So I don't know if that counts or not. The second question is, have you gained much weight in recovery? I wasn't sure whether to answer this because I don't think it should ever be about a number. It's not about a number, it's about your quality of life. And what I'm trying to do is take myself away from thinking about numbers. I've never weighed myself, even throughout everything. I never ever stood on a scale because I knew I would just become obsessed. And when you're in, you know, the midst of an eating disorder, if you start picking up these habits, it's really hard to drop them. So I knew if I started weighing myself, I'd keep doing it. So that's why I haven't. And it's why I actually haven't been back to therapy, because my original program, every single week I would have to be weighed and I would have to tell them how much I weighed. I'd have to see the scale going up and it would send me backwards, and it was not helping me. So that's why I stopped going, because I knew if I kept having to see that, I wasn't going to make progress. So what I'm actually doing today is getting reassessed, and I'm going to go into a new program and I'm going to tell them I don't want to be weighed. I don't want it to be about numbers. I know ideally, obviously, we want to see the scale going up, but I don't want to see that. I'd rather just heal and not have to think about that ever, because I'm not going to finish recovery and be weighing myself every week. I just don't think it's normal. I don't think we ever have to do that, you know, as a normal everyday person. In saying that, since leaving hospital, I have gained about 4 or 5 kilos. I was so underweight when I first went into hospital, and that's just purely because I was being weighed up until, you know, a couple months ago when I stopped going to the therapist that I was seeing. I just feel like I wasn't getting a lot out of it. I was talking a lot, and I feel like, it sounds really, I don't want to be rude, but she was fairly new to it, which I was kind of bummed about at first, because I thought, I don't really want to be someone for you to practice on. I need proper help. I need someone with experience. I need someone who has really truly helped people through this. And I could just tell when I was talking about some things, I could see her brain ticking, trying to find ways to reply and respond, and I just wasn't getting what I needed out of it. So I've stopped going, and that's why I'm going back today to get reassessed and hopefully find someone who can really truly help me battle the thoughts, because at the end of the day, you know, I'm eating more, but it's the thoughts that I'm battling and that make it so hard to continue and not regress back. So that's what I need support with. But anyways, that was a very long-winded way of saying I have gained weight since starting my recovery. Anyways, I'm gonna have another bite of my croissant now. This is not cute to eat. Oh my god. What's your guys' ultimate breakfast? I think mine would have to be, I really do love a sweet breakfast. When I'm at home, I make a sweet breakfast. Whenever I'm out, I get savory. I love shakshuka, which is like baked eggs. It's like a tomato-y. It's got beans, feta, eggs, and then you dip sourdough into it. I love that. I went and got that on my actual birthday. And it's so good. Next, someone asked, what is your favorite company to work for? That's easy. White Fox. I've worked with them consistently for, I want to say like 4 or 5 years, and I just love them. They're the best. I speak directly with one girl who is so incredibly lovely. They're just an absolute dream to work for. I love them so much. And not only that, I bloody love their stuff. I love their clothes so much. So definitely White Fox. Someone asked, what are your biggest icks and red flags? My biggest red flags is definitely anyone who is controlling. That is a massive thing for me. As soon as I see any signs of them being controlling or possessive, I'm out of there. I've dealt with that in the past, and I'm not going to deal with it again. I would just love to be with someone who's really secure in themselves, isn't worried about you and what you're doing. Also, I feel like it's a red flag if they do think that you're like out there cheating on them or doing anything wrong by them, because I feel like that just says more about them. Oh my god, I also hate when guys call their exes crazy. Are they? Are they crazy? I don't know. I don't think so. I just think you should always, even if it ended on bad terms, you still love that person at one stage and you should respect them. And respect is a massive thing for me as well. If someone doesn't respect you, big red flag. I'm getting this everywhere. Another one that I have, and this might sound petty, but when a guy puts in too much effort, I feel like that's an ick for me. Like when it's just a bit too much. Too much thought. It's got to be a happy medium. Too little or too much effort. It's got to be in the middle. Does that sound petty? I don't know. Just trying to think of a scenario where someone's put in like too much effort. I don't know. Some girls like that. I just want it to be casual, you know? Like I want to know that you like me, but I just don't want it to be too much. Well, that's a bit of an ick for me. Have your own life, do your own thing, but then still make time for me when it works. That is sort of another one. You know what a really big turn on for me? And an ick if they do the opposite. Someone who isn't comfortable in their sexuality. I love a guy who's really comfortable in their sexuality and they're happy to hug their friends, happy to show their love, happy to say they love their friends, and they don't think it's, oh, that's, you know, gay. I don't even like saying that. But anyone who's like that, huge ick, major red flag, don't like it. I love guys who are just comfortable. Next question is, most recent beef you've had with someone? No one. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Honestly, I don't think I can remember the last time I had a fight with a friend. No, I don't think, I literally can't think of a time where I've fought with my friends. And I think if you're fighting with your friends quite often and having beef with people, maybe you should look inwards. I don't know, but that could just be me. I really don't like drama. I'm big on communication, and if something bothers me, I will tell them and I'll have an adult conversation about it and sort it out rather than, you know, having beef and fighting. I just feel like there's other ways to go about it. So I don't really ever fight with people, apart from my sister, but that's my sister. Obviously, we're going to bicker, but it's nothing major. We literally get over it in 5 minutes. Then someone asked, and this is something I do want to talk about because I've spoken about this very recently yesterday actually. I spoke about it on Instagram. Somebody asked, any future surgery plans? I don't plan to add anything. I plan to subtract. I'm thinking about getting my breast implants removed, which is a major thing. Well, it's not that major, but I've had these bad boys for a long time. It's been about 6 years, and you do need to get them changed every 10 years. But recently, I feel like I've got a lot of symptoms of breast implant illness. I've looked up everything that it can cause, and honestly, it's tick, 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 tick. Especially the anxiety, and thinking back on it when I first, oh, there's a man who's just parked right across from me. He's on the phone. Thinking back when I first got my implants, I always experienced anxiety, but I feel like it tripled after I got them. And over time, it's just worsened and worsened. And obviously, I am dealing with other things, so I feel like I do need to tackle that first to see if there's other things that I can do to help myself before I go through with the surgery to remove my breast implants. So I'm going to do that first, but I feel like the brain fog, my eyes lately have been super glassy. Every day, just unexplainably. I don't know why. I haven't really experienced that. I get really puffy around my eyes, and last week I was so puffy and glassy eyed all week and it wouldn't go away, and it's kind of gone away today, but I feel like my eyes always have like a yellow glassy tinge, and my sister's noticed it, my whole family's noticed it. It's just gotten worse, and I thought I was okay because I've had them for so long, so why would all of a sudden all of these things be popping up and it'd be getting worse? But it can just get worse over time. Your body can get fed up. So it is something I'm looking into and something I'm very strongly considering. Obviously, I'm going to do my research first. I want to find an amazing surgeon, and it's really scary because, you know, they're pretty big implants, and if I get them taken out, I don't want sad, saggy sacks, which is fine. Doesn't really matter that much. My health always comes first, and I guess depending on who I see or what I do, I could get like a lift or something like that as well. But it is a major thing to consider, but it is something I'm considering. Obviously, if I do that, I'll take you along on the entire journey, but I've just heard stories about people getting them removed and they just feel like the cloud is lifted around their head. Their anxiety has gone away, the brain fog's gone away, and it's kind of scary because I feel like maybe I'm used to feeling the way that I do. I'm used to being anxious 24/7, and it just makes me wonder if I got them removed, if I would be like, I don't know, if it would just, I don't want to say fix everything, but just make me feel so much better. Because I don't know if I'm just used to it. So anyways, that's something I'm thinking about. Croissant time. Next, somebody asked which hospital I stayed in. I'm assuming you mean when I was an inpatient, when I went in there. I stayed in the women's, what's it called? The Royal Women's Hospital, I think is what it's called. And they were amazing. All the nurses were unreal. So nice, so accommodating. They made you feel comfortable. I got really close to one of them as well. She was so lovely. I have so much respect for nurses. Just the amount of hours that they're on, all the work that they do, everything that they deal with. I couldn't believe it, honestly. They're like the true superheroes, I reckon. They don't get enough credit. Have I told you this? When I was in hospital, I had a man in shackles next to me. Someone from a prison had come in. And all I could see was his big scary feet at the bottom of my, what do you call them? The blinds. I could see his huge feet in shackles. It was like a horror movie. It was so scary. And he was getting really angry and the police were there the whole time. Lucky I got removed from that room the next day. But that was an experience. But just the way they handled him as well, because obviously he was really angry, but they stay so calm. Next, somebody asked, hold on, I need a bite of this first. It's getting the real cheesy bit now. Yum. Next, somebody asked, what are some habits that you have that have improved your life? You know what I have? It's not really I've got good habits, but it's more something that I live by, and that is to do something every day that you'll thank yourself for tomorrow. So if you're contemplating putting on the washing or making your bed, well, you won't thank yourself for that tomorrow, will you? Putting on the washing, getting a load of washing done and putting it away. Tomorrow you'll wake up and you won't have to do it, and you'll thank yourself that you just did it yesterday, kind of thing. And just doing little things that will relieve that pressure the next day. Like today, I could go and get my license done tomorrow, but I'm going to do it today because I've got the time. I'm going to get it done and I'll be happy I've just done it. And I'll be proud of myself tomorrow that I just went and got it done. As crappy as it is, I bloody hate going and sitting in that place. It always takes so long and it's so depressing. There's just something about it. So I'm going to go and do that today to make my future self proud and happy that I did it. And if you got an alarm set in the morning really early and you don't want to get up, think how proud of yourself you'll be later in the day or the next day that you just got up and you did it. And prove to yourself that you could. So I like living by that. Next, somebody asked, are you happy and feeling more yourself? Yes, I am. I've got a long way to go, but every single night that I go to bed, after fueling my body and just changing habits and going against everything that my brain's telling me to do, I go to bed proud. And I used to go to bed with the guilt of letting it win. And obviously I go to bed with guilt now, worrying about everything that I'm eating and blah, 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 going against all of my stupid rules that I had for myself. But that guilt is so much better than the guilt of letting my eating disorder win. So I just feel proud of myself every day, which is really nice. And I feel like as time goes on, I'm getting, happier. I'm feeling more free, but it's not stopping me from battling with these thoughts. And it's definitely on my mind constantly still. And it's a constant battle, and I am really anxious about it constantly because, my mind's just racing. I'm battling myself every single day. So it is very tiring, but I'm just happy and proud that I am getting somewhere now. And, in turn, it's making me a happier person. So I'm definitely feeling more myself, and I just want to get back to where I was. I was actually looking at old stories of myself, which sounds really weird, but I wanted to feel re-inspired by my old self. So I was looking back on old Instagram stories and just how normal I was, and the normal relationship with food that I had, the amazing relationship with, exercise that I had. I was such a normal, healthy person, and I just want to be back there again. And I shouldn't say going back because we're moving forward. I want to be even better. But, sometimes looking back at your old self and when you were happy and doing well isn't a bad thing. So that's what I was doing last night, and I just want to be there again. I want to be that Alex again, but new and improved. One last bite, then I've got one last question. That was bloody lovely. $7. I was insecure. Not too bad, I guess. The last question is actually an advice question because I asked you guys to ask me anything. And she said, ex cheated on me from the very start of our relationship with his ex-girlfriend. How to move on. Ugh. That says enough. That is just a horrible, horrible man, and you do not need that in your life, and you know that. Ex cheated on me from the very start of our relationship with his ex. So was she really ever his ex? If he was with her the whole time? Or did she know that he was seeing someone else? That's horrible. I'm sorry you went through that. But honestly, just take it day by day and know that you don't need someone like that in your life. And would you really want to get back together with someone who did that to you anyway? So why would you want to continue wasting your time? So now you can just move on with your life, meet someone better down the track, but just take this time. I know it's hard. It's always hard going through breakups no matter what they did. But use this time to focus on you. Do things that make you happy. Write down what you want in a future relationship. And you can even write down what you learned from this past relationship. And, you know, it's a learning curve. And now you know what you don't want. I mean, no one really wants that, do they? Just use this time to focus on you and get back on your own 2 feet, and don't let it affect your future relationship. I know when you get cheated on, it's really hard to go into a new relationship and not worry about the next person doing that, but that's a new person, and I think until proven guilty, you should never think that someone's going to hurt you or betray your trust. So I think it's really, really important to work on yourself and to make sure that if you do go into a new relationship, you're not going to go into it with trust issues for a new person, because they're a different person, and I don't think it's very common, well, you'd hope not, that they're going to be seeing their ex at the same time. An ex is an ex for a reason. So it's just so horrible that he went into this new relationship with you still in communication and seeing his ex. Very, very selfish. Hopefully that helps. I don't know. Now, I need to go home and do something about this head of mine, because I need to go and get a photo for my license. Oh, I get to go and get a coffee as well. That's exciting. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I feel like I'm really bad at talking and eating at the same time, and I say this every single time. I just find it hard to focus because I just want to eat my food. Maybe I need to film more lunches because I was so hungry just then. So I feel like I was just chowing down on that and not really focusing on what I was saying. But I hope you enjoyed the video nonetheless. And let me know what other places you want me to try for food, other mukbangs you want me to do, other videos you want me to do. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to my channel if you would like to. If you haven't already, I would love for you to join our little YouTube family. It would mean the world to me. And thank you so, so much for watching, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the week. I'm going to try and get this video out. I might try and get it out tomorrow, see how I go with time. But I'll see you again very soon. Bye guys! Just realised I had a piece of croissant on my lip that entire last clip, so that's great for me. Sorry about that. Alright, bye!